Okay, we're going to go for Chelsea at home to Manchester United. It's the Super Sunday fixture in the Premier League this weekend. Cracking time prospect. Talk about Chelsea to begin with. Going for the stoppage time of the game at Swansea recently, they might have taken a 1-1 draw, which they did get in the end, thanks to a late goal. But that's still dropped points against a team that they'd expect to beat. I think you look at the list of teams they've dropped points sort of in the last month or so. Swansea, as I say, Norwich, Villa, Fulham and Wigan. So that's kind of why they are where they are, sort of fourth place. They're kind of in fourth place as well, luckily, because the likes of Arsenal have struggled really. I mean, Chelsea's form might have led them to drop out, but they've been lucky that other teams have not been at the races too. So, but one thing I'd plead with Chelsea is just to be patient, because Villas-Boas is a young manager. He's changing the squad around a bit. There's players that have been there for a while, sort of the likes of Drogba and Anelka. That kind of Anelka's gone, Drogba's probably on his way. So just they've got to be patient, but they want to win this game.
I haven't been convinced by Chelsea in a long time. Even if you look at the games they won, where they edged Wolves, they could have lost that. I mean, Sunderland, they could have. You know, it's for them. I've been really unconvinced. André Villas-Boas is struggling so much to sort of put his mark on this team. They against Norwich, when they got the 0-0 draw the other week, they looked slow. They looked like they couldn't sort of.
Sort of build up, wasn't it? But nothing kind of no spark.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Michael Essien is coming back, and he obviously hasn't started yet. But he's made, I think, 4 substitute appearances, so he'd be able to add a bit of drive into there. But against Swansea, they were outplayed for a half. I mean, that's we've said Swansea already, so they get excellent at home, but they need to win those games. And I mean, it's a tough weekend for them. I mean, it's going to be really difficult for them to, especially after their recent form.
Okay, and Manchester United, they obviously won at home to Stoke last time. Pretty routine victory for them, while their former player Darren Gibson was scoring the winner against Manchester City for Everton. Sir Alex Ferguson was asked about that after the game and said, it's all part of the plan. So obviously, and at the moment you do sort of, when it's really tight like this, you'd be very brave to not back Manchester United in the title, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if there's one thing you can say about United, I mean, they've had their critics this year. I mean, they're not as good and not as glamorous and whatever, but they get the job done. They've been doing it. They bounce back from back-to-back wins as if that never happened, which teams sometimes struggle to do. And early in the season, I think it was 2-1 they beat Chelsea early in the season. And you know what? You wouldn't go against them doing it again because they look so efficient, whereas Chelsea just don't look tight enough.
So they won at Arsenal last time out. This is probably a tougher test than that. I think Chelsea probably got a bit more resilience about them than Arsenal have. But let's say another tough test, but I would expect United to come through. And just one thing quickly about sort of their form and stuff like that, they've been criticised for not playing at their best sort of the last couple of seasons. Lee Dixon made an almost ridiculous comment the other day on Match of the Day. He said they weren't the best team last year, but they won the league. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. Over 38 games, the best team always exactly. Isn't it? You can't be terrible for an entire season.
And you wouldn't be at all surprised. I think they're the favourites to do it this year as well.
You wouldn't put it past them this year. They're really cranking up the pressure. And this is once again, we had it the other week with a massive weekend in the Premier League title race. We've got another big one on our hands now. Okay,
we'll go for a prediction on this Super Sunday fixture. Chelsea at home to Manchester United. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think there'll be not a lot to choose between them. Entertaining game, but Manchester United away form hasn't been fantastic all year. And Chelsea, I think they'll get enough for a point. So 1-1 for me.
It's interesting you mentioned about United's away form. I think last year they only won 4 games on the road, something like that. Obviously not been brilliant this year, but I think they've got the edge over Chelsea. They're so much more organised and efficient. So I'm going to go for a Manchester United 2-1 victory.